Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here because if you clicked on this video, I'm guessing you're at the crossroads in your data career. Maybe you're wondering what's the difference between a data analyst, a data scientist, and a data engineer. Which one is better for a beginner? What tools should I learn first? And what if I don't come from a tech background? Don't worry, you're not alone. This is one of the most confusing things for students and career switchers. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything with real life examples, practical job scenarios, market challenges, and help you figure out which path is right for you. Grab a notebook, this could help you make a major career decision. Let's start with the big picture. These three roles are like members of the same team, but each one plays a different position. Data analyst turn existing data into useful reports and dashboards. Data scientists build models that predict or classify. Data engineers build the pipelines that feed them all. Data analyst, the business translator. Let's take a look at a scenario. Imagine you're working at an e-commerce company. Your product team wants to know if a new feature increased sales. You query your SQL database, export to Excel or Power BI, create visual trends, and report that sales grew by 12%, mostly in women's fashion. What tools you'll use? Excel, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Google Sheets. What will be your deliverables? Dashboards, weekly reports, data-driven recommendations. Next, data scientist, the predictor. Let's take a look at this scenario. You are at a fintech startup. Your manager asks, can we predict which user are likely to close their account in the next 30 days? You build a machine learning model using customer behavior data, logins, transaction count, balance, and deploy a churn predictor. What tools you'll use? Python, Jupyter, Pandas, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow. What will be your deliverables? Predictive models, classification reports, A/B testing results. Now let's talk about data engineer, the architect. Let's take a look at a scenario here. You are at ride-hailing company. Every day, millions of GPS pings come in. You build an ETL pipeline that pulls data from Kafka, cleans it using PySpark, stores it in BigQuery, and updates every 30 minutes. What tools will you use? SQL, Python, Apache Spark, Airflow, AWS, or GCP. Deliverables, scalable, automated pipelines, and clean data warehouses. Now let's take a look at some key responsibilities comparison. If we talk about the role data analyst, your main focus is going to be descriptive and diagnostic analysis. Your key skills would include SQL, Excel, and visualization. And your typical deliverables to focus on would be on dashboards, reports, and insights. If you are into role of data scientist, your main focus is predictive and perspective model. The key skills include Python, machine learning, stats, feature engineering. Your typical deliverables will be models, recommendations, and automation. Let's talk about data engineer. Your main focus is infrastructure and data flow. Python, SQL, Spark, Airflow, Cloud would be your key skills, and pipelines, storage, clean data would be your typical deliverables. You will often see job postings that blur these lines, but in well-structured teams, these roles are distinct and they depend on each other. Let's burst a few myths. First, I need to know machine learning to become a data analyst. No. Most data analyst job requires solid SQL, Excel, and one BI tool. Machine learning isn't expected. Second, data scientists only build models. In reality, 70 to 80% of the job is cleaning data, dealing with nulls, formatting issues, and feature selection. 3. Data engineers just write codes. They don't need to know business. Wrong again. They build pipelines with stakeholders in mind. What data is needed, when, and how fast. Real projects and datasets you can practice with. For data analyst projects, analyze marketing campaign data for an e-commerce company. Tools would be SQL plus Tableau. Dataset, Kaggle, e-commerce behavior data. For data scientist projects, predict if an employee will leave a company using HR data. Tools used would be Python, Scikit-learn. Your dataset would be IBM HR Analytics dataset. Data engineer project, build a pipeline from Twitter API to PostgreSQL to Amazon S3. Tools used would be Python, Airflow, AWS. Real-time API data, Twitter or open weather APIs. So, how do you choose the right path? Start with data analyst if you enjoy working with charts, business questions, and dashboards. You're new to coding and want a gentler start. You love interpreting patterns and trends. Go into data science if you are curious about AI, ML, or predictions. You're okay with math, stats, and love automation. You want to solve complex automation problems. Choose data engineering if you enjoy building systems and working behind the scenes. You're technically strong in Python, SQL, and cloud tools. You like automation, infrastructure, and scale. Here's a pro tip: start as a data analyst, specialize into science or engineering based on your interest later. Alright, let's talk about something that's on everyone's mind when getting into tech: salary expectation and market demand. Let's start with data analyst role. As an entry level data analyst, you can expect to earn anywhere between 55K to 85K dollars per year. It's a great starting point, especially if you're coming in with strong SQL, Excel, and dashboarding skills. The growth potential here is solid. With experience, you can move into roles like business intelligence manager or product analyst, which often come with higher pay and more strategic responsibility. Next up, this role is a step up in terms of complexity. You'll be working with machine learning models, statistics, and large data sets. Entry level salaries start from 70K dollar, but you can quickly go up to 120K depending on your skill sets and location. Growth potential very high. You could evolve into ML engineer, AI researcher, or even an AI architect as the field matures. And finally, we have data engineer. Think of this role as the backbone of any data driven organization, building data pipelines, maintaining infrastructure, and ensuring data flows smoothly. Entry level salaries around 80K dollars and can easily go up to 130K, especially in cloud heavy or large scale environments. So, in terms of career growth, it's one of the fastest rising paths today. You can transition into roles like data architect, platform engineer, or even CTO with the right mix of technical and leadership skills. Let's take a quick look at what the job market really looks like in 2025 for data roles, because knowing where the demand is can help you focus your learning and job search. First up, data engineers. This role is booming right now. Why? With the rise of AI and the need for real time data processing, companies are investing heavily in building solid data infrastructure. That means huge demand for people who can build pipelines, manage data lakes, and work with cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and GCP. If you are someone who loves building systems and making data flow, this is your moment. Now let's talk about data analyst. While it might not be as hyped as AI, the need for data analyst is rock solid. Every industry, from banks to retail, healthcare to logistics, needs analysts to turn raw data into insights. If you're great with dashboards, storytelling with data, and translating numbers into business decisions, you will always be in demand. And then we have data scientist. Now this one's a bit more competitive. Yes, everyone wants to be a data scientist, which means the bar is higher. But here's the good news. If you focus on building a great portfolio, showcasing real projects, and staying hands on with tools like Python, Scikit-learn, and TensorFlow, you can absolutely stand out. Employers care more about your practical skills than just having a fancy degree. So, in short, all three roles have strong futures, but the paths are a little different. Understand where the demand is, play to your strength, and choose the role that aligns with what you enjoy doing most. Here are the most common questions I get from students and followers. Can I become a data analyst without a tech background? Yes. Many successful analysts come from economics, finance, marketing, even teaching. You'll need to learn SQL and data. Should I learn Python or Excel first? Learn Excel plus SQL first, then slowly add Python. It depends on the role. How do I stand out with no job experience? Build a portfolio, 2 3 solid projects, clean visuals, and a clear GitHub or blog. Can I switch between these roles later? Absolutely. Many analysts become data scientists or engineers once they upskill. All right, we have just broken down one of the most important questions in the world of data. What's the real difference between data analyst, a data scientist, and a data engineer? I hope you're walking away with more clarity, not just about the roles, but about your own directions. Because here's the truth: you don't need to have it all figured out right now. Most people don't. What you do need is curiosity and consistency and the courage to take the first step. Whether that's learning Excel, trying your first SQL query, or just exploring job descriptions with fresh eyes. Still confused? That's okay. Drop your background or your current situation in the comments. Let's figure it out together. And if this video helped you at all, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I post videos that are real, practical and beginner friendly. No jargons, just guidance. Thanks for being here. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next one.